Welcome. Today I want to talk to you about ultimate hope. I have a question for you. What is the ultimate hope of the homeless, the handicapped, the abused, the widow? What about the final appeal to pain, grief, terminal disease, and sudden death? Well, the answer to each of these big questions is the same: the hope of bodily resurrection. You may be asking, how can we draw strength from this truth? Well, you asked a great question. There's a story in the Bible that addresses some of the same issues and questions. In the Gospel of John, in the 11th chapter, we read of a funeral that involved hard questions, deep feelings, and budding hope. The deceased is a man named Lazarus. He comes from a close family with two sisters, Mary and Martha. Lazarus also had a bunch of friends, and one of his best friends was Jesus. Jesus arrives 4 days after Lazarus dies. And as he approaches the house full of people crying, both sisters run out to him at separate times and say, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." Full stop. My heart goes out to the hurting. And we all wrestle with if questions. If only I had done this or that. Now, these kind of if questions are normal, but don't blame yourself. It's not healthy and it's not productive. Besides, who can't relate, even on an occasional basis, feeling discouragement? Well, if we're not supposed to blame ourselves, then maybe God is to blame. That's precisely the implication both Mary and Martha make when they're grieving over the death of their brother. "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." I've discovered in life that it's really senseless to either accuse God or to try to defend him. Jesus doesn't scold these sisters for suggesting that perhaps their brother's death is his fault. John 11:35 says Jesus wept. But Jesus does something else. He unveils an amazing truth to awaken heart-pounding hope. John 11:25b, in the English Standard Version, it declares, "Whoever believes in me, though he die, yet shall he live." The big hope truth. For ultimate hope and comfort through the storms of life, we think that our faith must believe that God will, when all God is asking is for us to believe that he can. The big hope challenge. Will you believe? Lazarus was dead. All he had to do was respond when the Lord called him. It will happen for you when you respond. And that's your hope to go.